See, apparently that's all I do.
So,
Okay, so I'll figure out what to do with it.
yeah, this is a new Zoom. This is only our second Tuesday doing this one. We wanted to do something exclusively for the Fearless Tribe. We have lots of other Zooms that are for the whole Thrive Tribe, but we wanted to host this one just specifically for Fearless Tribe, for, you know, everyone in that group to be able to come together. So I'm sure it'll continue to grow. And yeah, Shelby's learning how to record. So this is great.
Look at us. We're moving up in the world. Okay, so tonight I wanted to talk a lot about mostly finding confidence in your business, like where to build that from, showing up, things like that. So what I really wanted to start out with was something that Camille and I had talked about earlier, and it's a phrase I love: ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. So the whole thing is, we come into this business thinking that we need to know everything. You think you need to know all about price points. You think you need to know about everything that there is to know. But here's the deal. When I first started, I didn't know squat about Le-Vel or Thrive. All I knew was that I tried these 3 steps. I finally woke up without a headache for the first time in I don't know how many years. I finally woke up and actually felt good on the weekend. I can't tell you how much Patrick had to miss out on because I always felt like crap. I always wanted to sleep. I always had headaches. I always had migraines. I just never felt healthy. And that affected his quality of life. So what I knew was that it changed all of that for me. And that's what I ran with. You don't need to know all of these crazy details. You don't need to know everything. You're going to learn that along the way. What you need to know is how it makes you feel and what you have your hands on, right? And don't be afraid to share it like you have your hands on something incredible and amazing, like it's freaking gold, because the thing is, it's amazing. There aren't products out there like this. I've tried so many things. I had been trying different, like there was one time that I had tried out like a blend of, I don't even remember what they were. But anyways, people just want to feel better. That's like the bottom line of all of this. So don't be afraid to share it like it's incredible, because it is. There aren't products out there like this that make you feel so good, especially within the first 3 days of using it, that have so many different benefits for so many different people, because it works so well for what your body needs. That's part of why I love it so much. We don't market this as being weight loss or skinny this or, you know, whatever, because it's really about you being healthy. It's about you feeling good in your own skin. And if you're not showing up and you're not sharing that and you're not telling people about that, nobody is going to know about it. There have been so many times that I've seen messages, especially recently, in team chats about how, you know, people feel like they're not bringing anybody in or they're doing something wrong or whatever the case is. But in order to build, you've got to show up and you've got to share. You've got to be you. That's what people want to see. That's what people want to relate with. Let me see. I have notes over here. That's why I keep looking over here. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is our comp plan is unmatched. Our auto bonus is one of, if not the most attainable auto bonus in the industry. And it's huge. You only need $12,000 in sales to earn our auto bonus, which is humongous. An auto bonus is one of the most expensive things that people have to pay for. One of the highest bills in a household, aside from a mortgage, obviously. Well, rent nowadays too, but you can literally have your vehicle paid for. And that is such a burden off of so many families. I know it was off of mine. And that is something that you have your hands on. And that if you're not running towards it, I don't know what you're doing. I'm also really out of breath all the time. So I'm going to stop reminding you of that every week.
I'll take over for a minute and let you have a breather. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, obviously the auto bonus is a huge perk, but just in general, you guys, like, our company is so generous. Like, not only to promoters, but to customers as well. Like there's not many places. And again, the key takeaway of this Zoom is we want you guys to leave with tools and knowing that you have tools and that you do have the right to be confident in what you're offering people. So when we're speaking, please keep that in mind, because there's not that many places that you can come in and at the second rank you're getting a car bonus. That's normally like at the top of companies. In this industry, normally that's at the top of the structure. You have to hit the top of the company before you get an auto bonus. So that's something that you can talk about, with confidence, because not other places don't have that. But in addition, as I was saying, our company is very generous to customers also, not just promoters. There's not many places that customers can earn their products 100% free. I mean, we all know if you Thrive for Free, you do have to cover like your shipping and your taxes. It's $13.99, $17.99 in some places, especially California. But it's like going on there and placing an order for $200 worth of vitamins that I would be ordering anyways. Like if I did not Thrive for Free, I'm still going to pay for my products because that's how amazing they are. That's how much I love them. That's how good they make me feel. So it feels good that we have the ability to allow customers to have the same perk. And I'll be honest, like if you do it right, that's probably a whole nother Zoom, but I've helped myself about 6 customers Thrive for Free. Because it's like, why not? Like, if they're willing to share, if they feel good enough to share, why not allow them to get it for free? It's just a perk that continues to go and go and go. I mean, but in addition to that, we also have the fact that, our company does, gosh, I'm lost for words, you guys, but we donate to cancer foundations every single month. Every month there's a different one. We donate to breast cancer research year round. You can log on and order, the white and pink ultras or white labels for breast cancer foundation research year round. And this is something that the CEOs, Paul and Jason, just had on their heart. So we're working with a very generous company. And that's not something that a lot of people can say either. We also have, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's in the back office, Shelby, you can correct me, but we donate to malnourished communities by the Nourish in our back office that we can order and donate that way. And so again, we're just so blessed to have such a generous company that we can have the confidence that we need to be good promoters and to share with integrity. And that's really what it's all about. So yeah, Shelby, do you want to jump back in?
Let me unmute myself. Yeah. So those are just a few of the things. I mean, the company is so generous. We literally have 2 promotions going on top of each other right now. We've had new ones, I think, literally every freaking week since the new year. And I mean, we should be taking advantage of those things. Another tool too, this just totally off topic, but my thought went that way. With the promotion going on, this is such a good time for you guys to be focusing on the smaller plus line products that you love and you don't usually talk about. I mean, Balance, Sculpt, the face mask. Sometimes people are just going to order that and realize how incredible it is. And then they're going to want to try the 3 steps. I mean, that's just how it is. Sometimes you bring people in on something other than the 3 steps, and the $25 promo is the perfect time to do that. And it's the perfect time for them to give it a shot. They're literally getting free money. So the next kind of thing I wanted to touch on was, I just posted about that. Yeah, the skincare line. There's tons of stuff. The moisturizer, the peel. There are so many things that we have. We have freaking the Thrive Bites, which by the way are delicious. The jerky that we have, so freaking good. It's been one of my favorite snacks.
I haven't tried that yet.
Seriously?
I have not tried it yet.
I'm mad that they got rid of the popcorn chips, let me tell you.
My kids are too.
Patrick's pissed.
That was so good. It was so good.
I know, I'm really sad about it. So just showing up as you, keeping it simple. The thing that with the skincare. And she can get that $25 off too. So remember that and explain if she hasn't set up her customer account already. So I'm trying to figure out, I have notes right here. I'm trying to figure out where I am. Another thing is creating curiosity within your business. This is a really good tip for, I guess, getting people into your inbox. When you see us sharing about how somebody on the team earned a bonus, they earned their VIP, or someone earned the fast starts, or whatever you see us sharing, somebody on the team went 4K, 12K, whatever the case is, you guys absolutely can screenshot those from Camille's stories, my stories, Katie's stories, and share those on your page. You're a part of this team. And I feel like sometimes there's a weird stigma around doing that. There was for me when I first started, but then if you think about it, you're a part of this team too. This is your sideline, your downline, whatever the case is, upline. It doesn't matter. We're all part of Katie's team. So we equally can share those things. So you're more than welcome to share those to your stories. You can use, oh, I just read something and it went away. If you see somebody sharing opportunity stories that you really like, I screenshot those to give me an idea when I want to make some new ones. Try not to copy things word for word. Don't do copy and paste, but you can use somebody's stories as inspiration. For example, switch it up, tailor it to you. Make it your story, what you've gone through, all those types of things. You can do that as well. And also, my notes are so freaking scrambled. Like I said earlier, showing up is what's going to build your consistency. When you get started, like I said, use what you know about the products. How did they make you feel? How simple was it? What did it change about your day? Is it the best shake that you ever had? Could you feel the capsules working in 10 minutes? Like, that's 5 different posts right there. I just gave you posts for the whole week when you first start out. It does not have to be complicated. I had a really good train of thought and then I lost it.
I'll let you think for a minute. Shelby has mom brain. If you guys don't know, she's pregnant, she's out of breath, so we will give her.
It's so bad.
No worries. But I think one of the biggest things is I've heard it from time to time over the past few years that I've been a part of LaVale, and it's, would you buy something from you? Like, when it comes to showing up, it's like, like Shelby just said, first of all, consistency builds confidence, because the more you practice, the better you get at it. The more you find like, oh, you know what? My post from last week sounded a little silly. I'll tweak that a little bit, and I'll do it this way. You grow through it. So that's where the consistency comes in, and it turns into confidence. But I think the best thing is to ask yourself on a daily, weekly basis, whatever, when you're trying to critique yourself, reevaluate what you're doing, is, would you buy what you're selling? I mean, are you presenting the information with confidence? If you're doing video clips in your stories or something like that, are you saying 1,000 times? I'm not going to lie. I will re-record 20 times before I put something up that says 15 times. And honestly, that's my husband's pet peeve. So he's the one that pointed it out to me. But if you say 100 times, sometimes it seems like you don't know what you're talking about. So I say it like this: do it anyways in the beginning, but that's where the consistency comes in, and you continue to get better. You can continue to improve. You learn what you're talking about, and then you have less ums because it just flows out. That was funny. But anyways, he said she's the queen. Anyways, but I just love that question. Like, would you buy what you're selling? Are you presenting the information with confidence? I know a few years ago, it was like when I first started selling, Thrive, and literally one of the most influential men that I know approached me, and he was like, hey, so you're in the wellness industry now. What's that about? How's that going? And I was like, oh, it's going good. And I froze, and I was like, dude, like, he's literally like the most influential person that I know in person. Like, I kid you not. And he approached me and asked me about it. And I'm like, I froze. And I remember from that point on, I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. But to be honest, like, the most pivotal moment for me, I've shared this before. I was on a Zoom, and Aaron Aponte, he's a part of the company. He said, where would you be if the person that shared Thrive with you would have never shared it with you? And I thought about Katie, and I was like, holy crap. I'm like, for one, yes, the industry is good. The promoting is good. It's been beneficial. The income is good. Autobone is good. Trips are good. but the products are really what got me off of my ass as a mom going through PPD and struggling with energy levels. And it got me back on my game with my kids, with my family, keeping up my household, with running my other business, which is a daycare business. You guys, if Katie would have not been sharing these products with confidence and growing through her scary times, I wouldn't be where I am today, because I wouldn't have got introduced to a product that truly, truly changed my life. So for me, that was a huge game changer, and it helped me to show up with the confidence that, that I can do that for other people. Like, if Katie can do it for me, then I can do it for other people. I'm one of those people that, like, I'll let myself like be inconsistent and go to crap. But when somebody's dependent on me, I'm gonna show up. And so for me, that's how I look at it now is, okay, I wasn't depending on Katie, but she had something that I didn't even know I needed until she shared it. So now that's how I look at it is I look at moms who are saying they're drinking 4 cups of coffee a day. I look at moms who are struggling with postpartum depression. I have a lot of them on my page, believe it or not. But it's like, I interact with them and I show them love without saying, hey, buy my product, because I want them to know that they can trust me to share something that's quality with them, and it's going to benefit both of us. Yes, we know it's going to benefit me because I'm a promoter, but guess what? They're going to benefit big time too. And I know because I was that person that needed it. So that allows me to show up with confidence. So it's like Shelby already said, start with ignorance on fire. If you don't know what you're talking about, great. Show your excitement. What has it done for you? What has it changed for you? And then when people are interested, that's when you get them in a 3-way with your upline. You don't have to have all the answers. Like, you really genuinely don't. Start with ignorance on fire, grow through the scary moments, allow yourself to continue to grow and improve, and you'll get there.
Yeah, I really like that you said that too, because just on that whole topic, like, if you hadn't seen Katie talking about it, Katie hadn't talked about it, hadn't brought you here, hadn't brought myself here, think of all the other people that wouldn't be here. The whole thing is, if you're not growing through your fears and doing it anyways, you may not know what you're doing. It may sound goofy. It may look goofy at first, but you have to show up imperfectly in order to learn how to be better. And if you're not showing up at all, you are holding that door closed for somebody else who needs it the way that you needed it. If you're here because of the products, maybe you came because you needed the extra income. I personally also started because of the products. I tried them and everything changed. So if you're not talking about it, how are people going to know? You can't expect to grow if you're not sharing, if you're not opening yourself up, if you're not doing the uncomfortable things. And I'm not saying that you have to go on Facebook and do a live video spilling every dirty little secret that you have, but maybe you go face to face in your stories and you show yourself talking about the products, like, hey, this is what I do every morning. Just wanted to explain. These capsules make me feel bomb. This shake is great for my gut health. It tastes so good. And this sticker gives me nutrients through my skin all day. If you're exhausted, you need it. Like, you have to stop overcomplicating it. And you also have to think about what brought you here. What was it about Camille that made you sign up? What was it that she talked about or that she did? What was it about me? What was it about Katie? What was it about whoever that brought you here? Because you resonated with one of us for a reason. And that's huge, because you want to show up as yourself to bring in those people that resonate the way that you did. That's the biggest thing. I think that it gets overcomplicated, but as long as, like I said, you remember why you showed up, or why you signed up, or why you ordered the products, or why you tried the mini, you've got to show up and share that. And it can be so freaking simple. And even 3.5 years into this business, I still overcomplicate it. I'm like, oh my God, this post sucks. I can't post that. Never mind. Oh, I hate these stories. I did something goofy, or my hair looked funny. Who gives a shit? I mean, you're sitting at home with a bun on top of your head 90% of the time, let's admit it. So why are you not going to show up that way? Because that's who you are. That's who you are. And that's what's going to attract the people that are like you. People don't want to come to this and see perfection. They don't want to see that you have, all these fancy things. And like, yes, the trips that Lavelle pays for are amazing, but that's not why we started. We don't come into this for the fancy things. I came into this because I was sick of borrowing money from my grandmother to put gas in my car and I couldn't afford groceries. Like simple things is what you start for. And as you show up for those things, your dream and your vision start changing. But if you don't show up and you worry about not having a story yet, you're never going to be able to build it. You have to show up to get there.
I love that. I love that. And I want to comment on that too, because I do think so many newer promoters feel like, well, I can't talk about the business side of it because I haven't got these great checks and I haven't, I don't have any promoters under me and I don't have this and that. But the thing is for one, like Shelby said earlier, is that you can share sideline stories. Not only does it show that there are successful people connected to you, but it shows that people are going to sign up and they're going to have support. And that's a huge thing because sometimes people, yes, exactly, Katie. And it's like sometimes people feel like I don't want to sign up for something like that because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not going to have the support. Well, when you're sharing your sideline sisters and cheering them on, and you might not have hit that goal, you might not have hit your goal of 4K that month, but if somebody else did, shout them out and show them love because it shows people that they're going to have support. But in addition, it's like Shelby said, share the small things. If you got a $20 check, okay, you got a $20 check. There's somebody that can't put gas in their car right now because they don't have that $20. So that's humongous, share. My son just came in and took my train of thought. But share, honestly, sharing the small things is really what gets people's attention and captures people's attention to continue to watch you way more than the $500 check, the auto bonus, the trip, because they can't even imagine that right now. They're still a skeptic. So right now, them hearing they can make an extra $100 a week, that's really all they're looking for. Them hearing that they can even get vitamins for free sometimes is really what some people are looking for. I never even thought that sharing Thrive, you can thrive for free would get people's attention, but it does. I've had people ask me like, how can I do that? And I'll tell them like, well, this is how we can do it. Let's start you with a mini so that you can at least know what you're going to get and you can share it with other people. And then we can get people signed up on You to Thrive for free. So a lot of times we overcomplicate the business aspect of it. And we think that we can't share because we haven't hit rank. We haven't done this. We haven't done that. But it's genuinely the most simple things that attract people's attention when it comes to saying, hey, you can earn an extra weekly check for your family.
Yeah. And like you were saying, if you make $20 this week, share that $20. That could be gas in somebody's tank. That could be diapers for a family. Clearly, I'm learning how expensive this shit is. That's huge. But if you don't appreciate the small things, like my first check, I think was like $18. If you don't appreciate those small things, you're not going to get to the $400, $800, $1,200 weeks if you don't appreciate the small and where you start. And if you're not showing up, that's never going to grow because you're not building it. Your business is solely and entirely up to you and the choices that you make. And people watch. Some people come into this business and they build so freaking fast, and you're going to see that sometimes. But the biggest thing is not comparing yourself to that. I've been here it'll be 4 years in August. I'm not where I want to be yet, but if it takes me 7-10 years to be earning those $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 weekly checks, well, that's what I'm going to do. Would that not be worth it to you? To stay consistent for a little bit of time to be able to afford to live the life that you want to live. And maybe that isn't fancy bags and all this kind of stuff, but maybe it's the financial security of not having to look at the freaking price tag to buy a t-shirt that you think is cute. How many times have you done that? It's huge, and people will watch you, and you have to think about how long it took you to join this business before you expect other people to just dive right in with you. That is such a big thing. People have watched me for the whole time that I've been here, the whole 3.5 years, and then will message me randomly. And they're like, okay, I've been watching you for 3 years and I'm ready to do this. Or I've been watching you for 3 years and I'm finally ready to try Thrive. Like, I'm sold. Let me try it. Like, You've
And
got
you
to
know
think
what? I
about how
always
long it took
laugh at
you.
that part because I watched Katie for 2 years. Like I literally watched her get free cars, earn enough money to buy a home. Like
Mhm.
I watched her go on so many trips. Like I was like, just like, oh my God, I wish I was in Cabo, and it's just like I still was skeptical for 2 whole years. And I did the same thing. I text her and I said, or I messaged her on Facebook and I said, I'm ready. And she was like, business or she was like promoter or
Yeah.
customer. And I was like, promoter. But
Well,
I
and
watched
now
her for
look at
two
where you're
years.
going in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just
Mhm.
like, so it's like you said, though, you do have to give people that grace to know that it might take them a while. If it took you a while, you were that skeptic, stay consistent because
Yeah.
it might take them a while to want to join you, but you have to stay consistent because if you're not consistent, then when they're ready, they don't even know that you're available for them.
Right. And like Amber just said in the chat, she tried a mini a year ago and just messaged me a month or two ago saying that she was interested again and she's ready to do it. Tammy watched me for a couple years and then she came in and earned the 4K bonus last year. Like, you are the only one that stands in the way of the life that you want to live and the things that you want. Because the problem is we want everything so fast. I'm not here to build this quick, fast thing. I want to build something sustainable with a good foundation that I'm going to be able to work for my kids in 5, 6, 7 years. That's going to be able to allow me to help my husband start the business that he wants to start. That's going to allow us to remodel our house one day or buy the property next to us or whatever the case is, and not have to worry about it and not have to go to work every day and have somebody else tell you what you're worth.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. And if it takes you 5 to 10 years to build that, isn't that worth it?
Yeah.
Because you tried a product and you gave it a chance and you stayed consistent. And that consistency ultimately is what we've said is going to build your confidence because it's going to allow you to master this. Some of us think that we're bad at posts or bad at stories or bad at going live. Well, then do that. I hate going live. I need to go live more. Like I don't remember the last time it was that I went live, to be totally honest. So I know I got to do that. And the last time I did it, my mom got on and started commenting and made me all frantic and weird. So I had to talk my way out of it because she distracted me. But you've got to look at what scares you the most or what you're bad at. Oh, Katie said it was in August.
Here
Thanks.
comes Katie. She's like,
For that. Get out. She does. She'll message me and she's like, hey, when's the last time you did this? I'm like, oh, crap. I got to do it. But look at the things that scare you or that make you uncomfortable. And that's what you need to do first. Because when you do it more, you're going to get more confident. You're going to get better at it. You're going to master it. And then in a year, you're going to look back and be like, what the hell was I afraid of?
Yep.
Like it's that. That's the biggest thing. That was all I had.
I just want to add one more thing, and that's just basically, the best way to build that confidence and keep that confidence is to stay close to the fire. Like, I know we don't all have time every single day to hop on a Zoom or to do all the things, but we all have time at some point, if it's this Tuesday night Zoom, if it's the Thursday night Zoom that, our big team Zoom, if it's the work with me's. Honestly, if you don't even get on these Zooms, if you get on the work with me's, you need to get on the work with me's. I'm telling you, those things will change your business. But regardless, my point is stay close to the fire because it's like being around like-minded people. You can be surrounded by people right now at your home or at your job, wherever you are right now. But if they don't understand what you're doing, the way the products make you feel, what you know about the products and the integrity that the company has and that the products have being so clean, certified all natural, they might not know all that. And they might not know the vision that you have for your life as to why you want to build something, why you want to have extra income for your family. They might not know that you want to pay for your kids' sports or trainings or that you're saving to buy a house or whatever the case may be, but and we know, and we're here to support you because guess what? We're doing the same thing as you. And that's why our chats are so important. And to be honest with you, as far as Fearless, because this is only for the Fearless tribe. So like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very terrible at the I ams as far as putting them in the chat because when I wake up, a lot of times it's just like my kids and go, go, go. But I
Yeah.
do them every day. Like I say them to myself every day because they're so powerful. Like what you speak to yourself and what you're surrounded by is what you're going to believe. So it's important to stay close to the fire, you guys. Like
Mhm.
if you have to just jump on this Zoom while you're giving your kid a bath, while you're, at your kid's practice or whatever, and just have a headphone in your ear and, not no camera on, stay close to the fire because it's easy for your fire to go out if you don't have anybody filling your flame. You know what I mean? Like we're here to support each other. We're here to build one another up. Our chat is there for us to have to, vent, to have questions, to just be like, you know what? I just need a good word because my husband doesn't understand what I'm doing. My sister doesn't understand what I'm doing. She doesn't support me. We're here for you guys. So please use that to your advantage. Stay close to the fire, hop on the Zooms, hop on the Work With Me's, go to the Thrive Tribe page, group page on Facebook, and get resources from there. That's literally what it's for. So, that's my advice. My biggest advice is
Yeah.
stay close to the fire so that you can keep your fire lit.
Yeah. I always notice that I start feeling like I'm getting stuck or in a rut when I stop being around people. If I didn't do this Zoom, if I didn't show up on any of the Work With Me's or any of the team Zooms, you are who you spend the most time with. So even if we're spending time together, virtually, you're still sitting in a chat with us for the last half an hour. And you're still in a chat with us every single day. So you really have to keep that in mind. And I really, really, really recommend making it a priority. Even if you can only get on one Zoom a week, get on that Zoom. If it's Sunday night, if it's tonight, if it's Monday night, if it's Thursday night, I don't care. If you get on the Work With Me's, those are amazing. But pick one if you can only do one and do it. Because if you don't do those things, you're going to talk yourself into a hole. I've done it. I almost walked away from my business because of it. So get on the Zooms and stick around the people that understand where you want to go, that have been where you are and are where you want to be or on their way to where you want to be. Maybe we're not there yet, whatever the case is. So I'm really glad that you touched on that because I almost forgot.
Yeah, that's all I got though. I mean, I think that confidence
Yeah.
is key. So, as you're sharing and learning how to share more and getting more comfortable with your story, just do it with confidence.
Yeah. And just show up, even if it's not perfectly. The more you show up, the easier it's going to get and the more comfortable that you're going to get.
Yes.
But that was all I had.
Okay. All right. Well, good night, you guys. Thanks everyone for getting on. When you show
Yes.
up, you go up. So remember, find a Zoom and stick to it. That's what's key.
Mm-hmm.